Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Barack Obama is in town and everyone's talking about him.
Interesting. He sat down yesterday with Julie Bishop to discuss leadership and the world's future, including the rise of China, Russia, Ukraine, spoke about a whole lot of things. What I find most interesting was when she said to him, "What's your biggest regret?" And he said it was not being able to change the gun laws in America in wake of the Sandy Hook school shooting where 20 children and 6 teachers were killed. He said, "That's the closest I came during my years in office to feeling cynical about the capacity of politics, of people to join together to do what's obvious." He said, "You run your race as best you can, you try to make a good handover, and you have to have the satisfaction from feeling you did the best you can. I think not changing, though, the gun laws was an example of me trying very hard, but I couldn't budge Congress." And it was said at the time, if you accept that 20 children can be shot in the face and you don't change your laws, then that's what America will accept. That's what it will walk past. And the rest of the world was completely shocked. And it's interesting that that conversation happened last night in light of another shooting yesterday in Nashville. 3 children, aged 9 years old, 3 adult staffers killed in a shooting at a religious school in Tennessee. Just horrendous. And I read a thing yesterday that I thought was very interesting. This guy on Twitter, Jack Hopkins is his name, he said, "Mass shooters don't choose the AR-15 because it looks cool. They choose it because it can kill upwards of 30 people before needing to reload." On September 28, 1982, 12-year-old Mary Kellerman was hospitalised after being poisoned by a killer who laced a bottle of Tylenol that was on a store shelf with cyanide. She died the next morning. A day later, 6 more would die from poisoned Tylenol.
Wow.
By October 5, do you remember this? By October 5, Johnson & Johnson had issued a nationwide recall of 31 million bottles of Tylenol, launched a massive advertising campaign to get people not to consume any of their products that contained any of this stuff. And they said and so that changed the way that we now buy products, all that tamper-proof stuff.
Yeah, right.
The 1982 event inspired a rapid and radical shift in how certain products are sold, prompting manufacturers to use tamper-proof packaging, and untold lives have been saved. And the crisis management response by Johnson & Johnson is taught today as a model of corporate public relations and public safety. These shootings should be simple to fix. We know how to rapidly bring about a massive reduction in school shootings and the senseless death of children and staff. We know how. But it's not happening because organisations like the NRA spend millions upon millions of dollars to make sure that politicians do not allow these solutions to be implemented. The NRA rewards politicians for allowing our children to continue to be slaughtered. It's not that we don't know how to crush this. That's never been the problem.
Wow. It is amazing. I went to
and everyone else around the world goes, how more obvious can this be?
Well, but also just getting America to think differently about guns. We went to a gun range over in Hawaii and you get to fire all sorts of crazy guns. And we finished up doing it and the guy says, "Yeah, you guys, you don't have those guns in Australia." And my son said, "Yeah, well, we had a massacre and a bunch of people died." And he goes, "You had one massacre?" And my kids went, "Yeah." And he was like, he was coming from the point, you've only had one. Come on, keep going. Wherever the point, well, one's too many.
Yes.
And you can't
Scotland
beat
had
that.
Dunblane. The British changed their rules.
I don't know what you would
do. It's horrific. Interesting that Barack Obama feels that that's his biggest regret.